Welcome everybody to today's episode. So we are bringing the month of April and our Critical Role content to a close. Sadly, we've had some fantastic shows this month for you. Our breakdown of Vox Machina, our interviews with Hannah Rose and Sadie Lowry were fantastic. Our deep dive into Call of the Netherdeep, also another really great fun show to go ahead and talk about. And tonight we are going to be finishing up Critical Role month with a deep dive discussion of the Bloodhunter class. Joining us from the Central Time Zone this evening from the 19 Hits the Dragon podcast, Mike Daniel. Mike, welcome to Tabletop Journeys. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Hey guys, thanks for having me. Super excited to be on the show and be chatting with y'all here.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're really looking forward to this because Mike, we've done a bunch of stuff before. We love talking with you. Love having you on our show. Love going on your show. This is always going to be a great time. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I'll pay you those $5 later, Josh.
Excellent. Yeah. My check's in the mail.
I'll take mine now.
No, but it's always a blast getting to chat with you guys here and hang out with the Tabletop Journeys crew. I'm excited to be on here and thanks for inviting me out.
Without any further ado, let us dive in here. And so, as we often do when we're talking about classes and subclasses and all that sort of stuff, we talk with sort of surface thoughts, base thoughts on the makeup of the class, what we think. And Mr. Miller, since I asked Mike the first question, I throw to you the second question. Talk to us about the Bloodhunter and talk to us about what you saw on an overall level when you dove in there.
Bloodhunter, I've known it was a Critical Role class. I had seen it at a couple tables, Adventure League. I don't know if it was played particularly well in retrospect, based on what I've read recently preparing for this episode. But my surface thoughts are that this is entirely cool, but extremely complex.
Yep.
I think this is a class that needs to be investigated, that needs to be played, that demands a really good DM, that demands a deep story, a good plot. I don't think this is a really good one-shot kind of character. I don't think this is a good, I rolled up a quick tune to play every now and then, here, pick them up from time to time. This is the kind of character that you want to invest in. You'll take an hour figuring out the perfect background for the concept you have in your head. And then when you really put this together, you want to live this character's life. You want the day-to-day. You want to really live and breathe in that tier 1 and below tier 2. Like you want 5 or 6 separate adventures at each level in those lower tiers in order to really get the meat out of this character, because what they do is awesome. I think there's some challenges when it gets to higher levels, especially if you're in even remotely a larger party or too small a party. There's a sweet spot for this character with party size. There's a sweet spot with level for your enjoyment, and then separately your effectiveness. And that's kind of my take on the classes.
I think cool but complex is probably the beginning and the end of my notes on this one. So that's our show for tonight. Mike, appreciate
good night, everybody.
Joking.
Thank you for joining us.
We bid you shade, and
no, yeah, exactly right. Yeah, for real. I think you nailed it. I think that there's a lot in there that we can take away from that. But Mike, what about you? What about your thoughts here? What could you possibly add that Mr. Miller didn't just say?
Yeah, Lee covered all of the basic thoughts that I have. If you're ready, I got a spicy take for you here.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.